Okay, YouTubers, today we're going to be changing out the bottom ball joint on this 2007 Chevy pickup 4x4. And I've already done some work on it. So some of the stuff, just this outer tire, it's loose. And the rest I should be able to show you as I take it off. Alright, first of all, we're going to have to remove the knuckle to get to that lower ball joint. And they're a pain in the rear. So first of all, you want to loosen this nut. Hit it with a hammer, or if you have the special tool, it'll pop it up. Got it on there kind of tight. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, now I'm gonna remove this CV axle nut. It's 36 millimeter. It has a washer in here. That's what comes out of there. And what I like to do is I tap on this to see if it's going to be a pain in the rear. Now it's moving back and forth, so we're not going to have trouble with that CV axle. Okay, now we can turn this wheel. You know what? Let me take off the whole brake caliper. I'm going to take it off all together and hook it up with a bungee cord. And we're gonna take off these two bolts, this one, and where's it at? This one. And we're gonna take off the whole bracket with the caliper and brakes. And they usually have Loctite on them, so they'll be tight, and you want to put them back on there tight. Okay. Don't want to drop this. Set it up here. Okay, I just put it with the bungee cord over here, hung it there. And on the other side, it was heavier. This thing was heavy because I didn't take off the rotor because it was out in there stuck, and I wasn't even gonna mess with it. But on this one, luckily, this rotor is already loose, so that's gonna take like 5-10 pounds off this knuckle. Okay. Now we'll turn it this way, and we're gonna loosen this bolt down here for the upper control arm right here. Okay, it's gonna be a 19 millimeter. I'm gonna try to get in there with the gun and the swivel. Okay, I was able to get it with the gun. And I put the nut back on there because we're going to hammer it and I don't want it to just drop. Now we're going to go for this bottom one. And that's a 24. And again, we're going to put it on there just a little bit. So when we drop this. And this is still pretty heavy, so I'm gonna put on my steel toe boots. I don't want it to fall on me and break a toe. Okay, again, we're gonna beat on this knuckle so it'll loosen this upper control arm. There, that didn't take much. Put that nut a little bit in there. And now we're gonna do the bottom one. Let me see if we can hit it on the back. Take this nut off. Yeah, it's off. It was a CV axle that was holding it. I was beating it for nothing. I'm gonna disconnect this line, this ABS sensor, and disconnect it from there so we can pull the whole knuckle out of the way. Very easy. You just press on the clip And it should pop out. So I can, oh, here's the clip. I was on the wrong side. There we go. I'll just put the nut here to hold it here for me. Okay, here's where you don't want to smash your toes. You're gonna take a little muscle. But first, let's try to get that CV axle in a little more. I'm gonna pry it back. Okay, let's put that to the side. And here's where it takes the muscle. Picking that up, taking that bolt, and bam, right on your toes. Let's put this nut here so I don't know it's from here. Alright. Okay, if you look close, there's like these little bitty ears. It's got one right there, one right there. And we need to take a chisel and hammer them in. So we're gonna push that down. Get your safety goggles out and go to town. Okay, we'll get this one back here first. You can use a grinder and grind them down. And I've heard of some guys just hammering it down and it'll go down, but I don't know, I want to kind of help it, and I'm going to put some WD-40 and we're going to start hammering now. Okay, I put a jack stand on the bottom, see if anything happens. I'm going to whack it a few times and then I'm going to try. Something I didn't try on the other side was the special tool for this. It's going. Can y'all see it? Okay. Let's back y'all up. I want y'all to get hurt. And then try to sue me. Here it goes. There it is. What I did, guys, is I soaked this for like a week. I knew I was gonna do the job, and I told the guy I was gonna come by his house every day and soak it, because I'll always have a hard time taking them out. They're always a pain in the rear, and putting them in is a pain in the rear. So what I've learned is take some sandpaper, wire brush, and clean that out real good, and I guarantee you guys it's gonna make it go easier. Maybe not a whole lot, but it is gonna help a little bit, because I did the other side and I didn't have no issue. So let's get the wire brush and clean that out. Okay, now I'm gonna get the sandpaper and just sand it around here. I use the 320 grit, real kind of fine. And also have a file, and I just real quick went around it. You don't want to do too much. You know, it is pressed on there, so it needs to go in there pressed, but at least it'll help you. Because I've always fought these, and I started doing this, and oh man, it's a lot easier. Okay. Good. And here's a tool that you could have used with the proper adapter and try to pull it out with that or push it out with that, but I went with the hammer. It's a lot funner and you relieve stress. The new lower ball joint comes with a clip, carter pin, and the grease feeding. You'll have to put that grease feeding here, and then the carter pin will go on too. Once you put this bolt and tighten it, you've got that little hole there. Well, and it comes with this protective cover. Don't forget to take it off. It's a little plastic. And we're gonna take this boot off because the tool we use, you can rent these at AutoZone, but I have my own. But the tool I have barely reaches, and it'll catch that boot and tear it. So remove it gently. Okay, the way I do it is just gently poke it in here with a little small screwdriver. Work it, work it, work it gently, and it'll come out. It goes on there tight, so when you put it on there, you shouldn't have any issues. There we go. And it's off. Now, when I put it on with this cup, hits that lip, won't tear it. Once we have installed it, we'll put the boot back on and seal it. It goes on there tight, so you won't have issues with it. And it's gonna go in through the bottom and up. We'll put this cap here. Let me show you how it's gonna look. We're gonna put this through the bottom, put the cup, put this on top, and then get this tool, put it in like that. As it presses down on the top, it's gonna bring this up and push it through. Like I said, you can rent this tool at AutoZone. So I've got my own, and it'll come with different adapters. So you got all kinds of adapters. If I were you, I'd get the one with the most adapters if I'm gonna rent it from AutoZone, because sometimes it's hard to find the proper adapter to put on there. All right, here comes the part that's, it might be a little bit of a pain in the rear, but you know what? Let me put that fitting and make sure it's gonna be facing where I can grease it. Wind's getting bad out there. I had to close the door to the shop. All right, let's put this fitting in there. And when we tighten it up, it's gonna be pointing. I'm gonna say, if the letters are down, it's gonna be pointing to the left when I tighten it up. So we're gonna want to put it in like this. That way you'll have the fitting facing forward and you can have easy access to it. Yeah, that'll work. Let's take it off. Again, remember, to the left of the words, the words are facing you here. Okay, let's start the process. Oh, and I'm gonna lube it up a little bit. Now you want this to go as smooth and easy as possible, guys. You don't want to be fighting this stuff like I have in past years. Okay, and this has a hole on the bottom, so that will go through there. Bring that back. Put the little cup on there. Make sure your ball joint is right in the middle and you're not catching it off the side or anything. Okay, just hand tighten and see where you're at. Looks good. And now when you turn it, this is gonna turn, so what I do is I lock it on the lower control arm. And I start off with the ratchet first. Okay, I start off with this with the hand ratchet first. Make sure everything looks good. And it's going in straight. Okay. Now we're gonna loosen it and see how everything looks. Okay. As you can see, it's pretty straight. Kind of lifting up a little bit more in here, but we can take care of it. Shouldn't really affect it. Put the cup back on. Center that. That looks good right there. And usually once you start cranking it with the gun, it'll straighten out. I've never had issues of it going crooked. Even when I've used my press. Okay, I'm just trying to put that a little bit over there. Sorry, didn't mean to put my big old noggin in the way. Okay, I think I can hit it with the gun now. I'm comfortable with how it looks there. There we go. See how it goes in? Okay, it's in. Make sure I'm missing nothing down here. All looks good. Do you see that little? And these are the threads I was talking about. Make sure you grease them up, put some WD-40. It helps. All right. Now you're gonna go around and check, make sure that it's sealed all the way around. And it did. And now another way you know you're in properly is you're gonna put this clip on. And if it don't go on, then you probably don't have it all the way in. There's a funky clip pliers. I have another one where you can squeeze it. This one I gotta do the opposite, open it. Open it up, stick it in there. And then hit it on the sides, and it should snap in. There, see? And you wanna hit it and make sure it spins. And doesn't pop out. So see it's spinning, that means it's in. Just making sure it's sealed, and it did. We're good, guys, we're good. Okay, remember that fitting? Let's see if we did it right. Let's see if we end up where I said we would, or I goofed. Better end up where I said, or I'm gonna kick myself in the butt. And usually it takes an 8mm or 7mm, but I'm just gonna do it with pliers. And it doesn't take a lot, guys. Right there is good enough. Get the grease gun, or sorry, remember this? We have to put that on. All right, here it goes. Make sure it seals all the way up. Grab the lip and push it up, and it's on there. It's on there. I don't know, I'll give it a, hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did 11 on the other side, so I'll do 11 on this side. You saw that big old cup here, so that holds a lot of grease. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the knuckle. And I'm gonna put the bottom in first. And then we'll do the CV axle. These are heavy parts, guys. Ah. You have a partner helping, it'd be a lot better. Okay, what next? Oh yeah. CV axle. And tie it from here. Okay, let's see if y'all can see. See if y'all got a good view. Okay, now I'm gonna put the top on there, and we might need to use a crowbar to bring that down a little bit. Take the nut off it. And we grab onto this. There we go. You just gotta find the sweet spot, guys. Alright, and watch your fittings when you do something like that. Don't go smashing them. You gotta go buy some more. Alright. Just reroute this through here for now and just keep it right there just for now. And let's put this in. So let's go through this side. Okay, I've got the wheel turned, so I'm gonna have to turn it back here in a little bit. The wheel real quick. All right, maybe that'll be better. Turn the wheel. Castle nut. Alright. Okay, I guess we'll put the rotor on next. And I guess the next video will be on some rotors. These are getting kind of bad. But they need to be just turned. They're still thick, but they need to be turned. Let me see if I can hold it with one of these lug nuts. I don't know how far the lug nut will go. Awesome. All right. Now we're gonna take those bolts and this bracket, line it up to these holes right here. And we'll be closer to finishing. Okay, unhook it from here. Man, these cars are heavy. No wonder people don't stand a chance when they get hit by a car. Look at all this. This is probably 100 pounds there. Then the other side, another 100 pounds. So you can imagine why these cars weigh so much. There's the 18mm. And make sure these are tight. If you have Loctite, put Loctite on there. I just tightened the heck out of them and I've never had any issues. Okay, let's do the bottom ball joint. Okay, I got it right on the money. The first shot. And then just push those out. You don't need to go crazy. Just separate them. And that should do it. I decided to do the upper control arm first so I could move this back and get enough clearance, because this one's kind of tricky to get to. All right, now we're gonna do the outer tie rod. And that's a 21. Stick that Carter pin. Boom. And just spread them. That ain't the Carter pin. This is it. That other one wanted to go right through there. That's all you have to do, guys, is just turn it up, and that's it. You ain't going nowhere. Okay, brake and bracket are secure. This one's secure. This one's secure. Need the big CVS on that. Don't forget the washer. And then the nut, 36 mil. Man, I'm tired, guys. This is it for today. That's how you do a lower ball joint. They can be hard. Sometimes you gotta whack the heck out of them or use that tool right there and push them out. I usually hammer them. I'm just gonna tie up these ABS sensor cable, and then I'm not gonna put the tire on. I mean, you saw everything because I've got something else I need to do on it. Thanks for watching, and like always, I really appreciate you, and God bless you.